awesome behavior interventionists made safe place toolkits for every classroom teacher, and also our safekeeper boxes. One less thing for the teachers to have to handle and think about. But we are really focusing on that tier 1 behavior piece, and we have a amazing conscious discipline coach who comes out and talks with our staff, going through each of the brain state models, just to get that teacher buy-in is what we're really wanting right now. And then we also gave every teacher a visual schedule, because we know how important visuals are to kiddos. And then as the day goes on, the teacher moves down the clip, just so the students know what's coming next, just to be prepared.
We have partnered at big kiddos, like our 4th and 5th graders that need a break, with our kinder kiddos that need a break. And so we buddy them up, and the older kiddo goes down to the kinder student and gets them and goes and helps them do the calming wall or helps them with breathing. And so then both students are getting a break at the time, and then the older kiddos getting some leadership opportunities.
So this year we have changed how we implement check-in, check-outs with our students, and it's been really helpful for us. So we have a behavior team member on each grade level, and this year we are having the teachers just go to that teacher on their grade level versus coming to myself or Grace, just because it is a little bit less intimidating that way, and also it helps free up our time a little bit. That way we're not troubleshooting 15 check-in, check-outs in a week. They can go to their grade level representative and kind of work through the steps together. And so we have outlined different behavior tiers, and then we have a tier 1 toolbox to make sure our new teachers are implementing those tier 1 behaviors before going to that SST team member. And then we also have the check-in, check-out protocol that's all linked on our drive so that they can go and access that at any time. And then we spend a lot of time at the beginning of the year creating check-in, check-out forms across all grade levels so that they're ready to go. You can just fill in the behaviors that you're working on. And
we have our specials teachers go between 3 buildings, and so it's helpful to them. We have what we call our care team kids, and so the teachers will put kids on we make little slides that I'm the only one that has them, but I go over these with every Tuesday. Our specials teachers meet, so it might be just 2 specials teachers are there, so I hit them all within a month pretty much. But we go over just the kids, and we have 3 goals we're looking at. So one of them is chronic absenteeism, one of them is belonging, and then the other one is just if a parent or the student has reported just an extra need. And these are just ways that I go over with my lunch and recess monitors as well once every couple weeks. Fluid document, kids come off, kids go on, but it's just so that our special teachers and extra other people can just make a little extra connection with kiddos that are struggling, or just, hey, we're so glad you're here today if it's an attendance issue. The other thing I love that we do, and we kind of change it up year to year, but we do lots of little surveys for our kids. We've done what is called a forced choice reinforcement survey. So they go through and they fill out this little survey, and it helps the teachers know, are these kids motivated by external motivation? Are they internally motivated? Do they like for you to just give them a out loud way to go? It's just a really good tool we've used. We also use little surveys just to help our grouping for small groups. Just the teachers will fill out on our different, just their kids that they're targeting. And so that will help. It helps guide instruction for our small groups with our counselor. We have Excellent Eagles, like a lot of the people do, the postcards that we send home. So say if we're focusing on excelling at education in January, the teachers can write notes home to the kids like, I saw you excelling at education by sending that home, and that's a parent reinforcement for them too. And we also read those at our assembly, and that's a way to recognize them. We made a behavior guidebook that my school psych and counselors, shout out, just worked their hiney's off on at the beginning whenever we were working on this, to what are our structures? What does tier 1 look like? What are our documents for that? Where do we go next? And something just to point to, because again, great ideas, but like, what do we do next, and how do we get our teachers and our staff to remember what the plan is? Because we get so lost in reacting. So that's something we want to focus on. That could be it. That's good, right?
There's E, encourage safety, R, respect relationships, and O, own your behavior. So on a weekly basis, we recognize students for following those expectations with Husky Hero slips. These are given out by any classroom or special teachers. I've even heard of these been given out by the janitorial staff to students that they see doing great things. And so they're recognized at the end of each week. Ms. Richardson calls out a great number of students who come to the office and receive a little prize out of a little bin of inexpensive, but you know how the kids love the little trinkets and things like that. So that's one way. And the other thing that we do for the past year is called SWAG. So it's called Students Who Achieve Greatness. So this is more of a monthly recognition. And each month we have a character trait that we try to recognize. So for example, last month was honesty. This month it's respectful. And each month, each teacher in every grade nominates a student, and then a student from every grade is nominated, or is chosen, I should say, to receive the award, and they are recognized at our monthly Spirit Assembly. And we have a little prize package consisting of a certificate, a little trophy, and I don't have it with us right now, but they get a little beanie baby, a little Husky Pup beanie baby, and they seem to really like that.
We embrace the core values, and so we created signage that actually follows the EPS core values and have that Washington Irving believes in, and they're all throughout our building in a variety of different hallways. Let's see. Consistently trying to figure out ways to foster that feeling of belonging and trying to do activities throughout the building and just within the grade levels in the classroom. We've come up with One Pack, One Purpose a few years ago, and we've kept that throughout the years, and that's a real big buy-in for students and staff and families, and it's posted throughout. So we're all one pack and one purpose, we're all striving for a common goal. Once a month, something that we've done is do a claw drawing, and they're earning something for their class, and it's not just for that student. So that student has earned it for the whole class, so whether it's an extra recess or a variety of different things that they've done. I think one big thing that we continue to focus on is just relationships, and our building has a really good feeling of family and welcoming and that belonging piece, and just making sure that all of our students have that feeling as well, and any staff member that's new attendant. We had an issue with students feeling like they were constantly being bullied and they didn't know what to do, and they would just tell an adult every time they were bothered by any little thing. So we came up with this little system that actually our counselor about 10 years ago would teach through guidance, and we just kind of picked it up, and it's just something that we talk to them about every day in Rise and Shine to keep it at the forefront of their mind. If someone is bothering you, we call it how to be a problem solver. So if someone is bothering you or doing something you don't like, you can first say stop, or just tell them you don't like it. And if that doesn't work, you can walk away or ignore them. Those first two pieces give the student the power to be able to handle the problem on their own without any direction from anyone else. It teaches them to stand up for themselves, but also to handle things on their own without getting anyone else involved. If those first two things don't work, then you can tell an adult and get an adult in to solve your problems. And we've also kind of tied that into size of the problem too. So if it's a small problem, then saying stop and walking away are a great way to solve that problem. It's a great reaction to a small problem. But if it's a medium or bigger problem, you do need to get grown-up help. And so going and getting an adult is a reasonable response to a bigger problem. So.